Hi friends, and welcome to Yoga with Rachel. Also, happy International Yoga Day, or Day of Yoga as it is sometimes called. So the very first official International Yoga Day started back in June of 2015. But of course, yoga has been around for much longer than that. I just find it so neat that we come together every single year and celebrate our love of yoga through breath practices, movement, meditation, and dialogue. So in today's practice, we're going to show a little love and compassion to ourselves and others all across the world through breath practice and also through heart-opening movements. In terms of items, feel free to bring along a blanket or two, or if blankets are not available, you can bring along 2 towels. Alrighty, let's get moving. Okie doke friends, so we begin today's practice nice and low to the ground in a comfortable seat of your choice. So feel free to find a cross-legged position here, or you can come to a kneeling position like what I have done. And if you brought a blanket or a towel with you to the practice, you can fold that up and place that item behind the backs of your knees, just to help us sit up a little bit taller and find some ease and steadiness in this posture. Speaking of ease and steadiness and sitting up a little bit taller, let's rock our pelvis forward, creating length in the back body, loop our shoulders up and down, creating an opening in our heart space, tuck in our chin slightly, creating length in the back of our neck. We can also imagine that there's a little string here that is attached to the top of our head that is pulling us up, helping us sit up a little bit taller here. Bring your left hand to your heart space and your right hand to the belly. Feel free to close your eyes or even just keep a soft gaze looking directly past your nose and breathe here. So you can allow the breath, the rhythm of the breath, and the heartbeat to keep you nice and anchored in the present moment. So today's theme is all about love, L-O-V-E, love. So let's just take a moment to consider what the word love means to us, or perhaps even our relationship with it. What are some of the ways in which we show ourselves love or would like to show ourselves love? And what are ways in which we show love to others? There is no right or wrong answer here, just simply something to consider, something to think about in the present moment. So for today's practice, we'll be moving through a number of different heart-opening movements. And the heart, it stores a lot of different emotions within it, like love, anger, fear, happiness, frustration, joy, sadness, and so much more. So sometimes these emotions or these feelings are useful to us, and sometimes they're not. So what I encourage us all to do today, or at least this is my hope, is that we can hold on to the emotions that are serving us well in the present moment, and permission to let go of those emotions that we do not want to hold in our heart anymore because they're not useful to us right now. I truly believe that this world would benefit from more love. So today's practice is all about showing love and compassion to ourselves people within our community, and people all over the world. So on that note, let's breathe some love in. And then exhale and send love out through the nose or the mouth. Beautiful. Open your eyes if they were closed, and you can totally join me in a cross-legged position on your mat, or you can totally stay in a kneeling position. Up to you. Okay. Once you arrive there, let's extend our arms, sending them from left to right, really reaching energy past those fingertips, spreading the fingers nice and wide. Breathe in. And then on an exhale, give yourself a big hug, left arm over top of the right arm. Breathe in as we send our elbows up towards the sky, arching through our back body, looking on up towards the sky. And then exhale, bringing the elbows towards the belly, rounding through, chin towards the chest. Inhale to rise on up, look up, and then exhale to round through, bringing those elbows towards the belly. 2 more times and you take it away. Great. On your next inhale, come back to center, unravel, sending the arms from left to right once again. Breathe in. And then on your next exhale, opposite arm over top of the other arm. So right arm this time. We breathe in to send our elbows up towards the sky, look on up, and then exhale to round through. 3 more times and you take it away. Inhale to come back to center. Bring your hands to heart in prayer position. Press your thumbs and connect them here to your sternum. Perhaps you can feel your heart beating here. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. On your next breath out, open twist to your right, sending your right arm back and behind you, left arm forward. You can imagine that you're about to give someone a big hug. Getting a little nice spinal twist in here. Breathe in and out. On the next breath in, bring your hands back to heart in prayer position. And then on your next exhale, open twist to the left. Right arm forward this time, left arm back. If you find that the shoulders are kind of creeping on up towards the ears, loop your shoulders just to create a little bit more space here. Amazing. And then coming back to center. I'm just going to turn on my mat so that we can see me from a different angle here. But feel free to stay exactly where you are. Let's loop our shoulders and swim our hands back and behind us. Interlace your hands here, and now palms can come flush together, or you can keep them nice and square, your choice. Now really move your hands down towards the earth or towards your tailbone. And then you can play around with moving those hands away from your body, getting a really nice opening in the chest, in the pecs. It's a big heart opener here. It's a pretty intense move, so be gentle with it. And if this is a little bit too much, it's all good. Here's another option. You can just simply place your hands right behind you on your mat, loop your shoulders, really reaching your chest up towards the sky, and perhaps you even look up here. You can imagine that you are lounging on a beach, soaking up some rays, some sunshine. So either one is a really great option. And then feel free to find like any kind of like swaying motion here as well. Whatever feels nice. Let's all breathe in together. And then on an exhale, we break free and we maybe shake out our wrists a little bit. And we're gonna make our way to all fours now. Feel free to use your blanket or your towel to pad the knees if the knees are a little bit sensitive. The wonderful thing about yoga is that there's so many different options, which is exactly why I love it. I'm just gonna tuck in my shirt a little bit here. That way it's not hanging everywhere. Okay, so when you arrive there, let's stack our wrists underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hip points. Spread our fingers nice and wide, pressing into our fingertips. We shine our elbow creases forward to the top edge of our mat, looping our shoulders once again to create some space. Pressing into the tops of our feet, rocking our pelvis forward slightly, just creating length in our back body. Okay, on our next breath in, let's reach and rock our tailbone up towards the sky as we drop our belly, open on up through our chest and look forward. Really press out of your foundation here. And then on an exhale, start with the tailbone, tucking the tailbone underneath the body, rounding through the back, belly button up towards the sky, chin to the chest. Beautiful. Inhale, we drop the belly, open on up, take your time with it, there's no rush. And then exhale to round through. Bring our chin towards our chest. Beautiful, one more time. Inhale to open on up into cow pose. And then exhale to round through to cat. Inhale to come back to center, neutral spine here. Let's take our hips for a little ride, drawing some circular motions with the hips. And in my other videos, I've talked about this. This is one of those movements where we worry less about what it looks like and we focus in on how it feels. Reverse your circle. This is a really great way to work out any kinks or stiffness that may have built up in the lower half of the body, and even in the upper half, like in the shoulders and even the wrists. Wonderful, and then when you feel happy, come back to center and find some stillness. Let's walk our hands out in front of us towards the top edge of our mat. Feel free to widen your base with your hands, so walking them a little bit further than shoulder distance apart. Leave our knees stacked in line with our hip points here. Breathe in. And then on an exhale, begin to really reach that tailbone up and towards the sky as we rest our heart space on or towards the earth. Our forearms rest on the earth, and perhaps last to release to or towards the earth is our forehead. Now, if the forehead does not quite reach here, it's all good, my friends. You can always use that blanket or the towel to place underneath the forehead to raise the earth up to meet you. We're always trying to find ways in which we can find ease in the poses. We're making it our own. So this is a big heart opener here, like a really great pose, especially for the upper back to really stretch it on out. Let's all breathe in lots of love into our body. And then breathe out love to all the world. Wonderful. Look forward, rise on up, walk the hands in a little bit, but bring them off to the long edges of your mat. Curl your toes under as we lift one knee away from the earth, followed by the other, and yes, you guessed it, we're making our way into a downward dog as we send our hips up and high towards the sky. And finding our down dog here. Feel free to keep the knees bent quite generously here and really melt your heart space towards your thighs. No need for the heels to touch the ground. You can definitely keep them lifted. It is all good. And breathe here. I personally like to pedal out my feet as well, so if that feels nice for you, feel free to do so. You can always take your doggy for a little bit of a walk. Beautiful. And let's just find some stillness here. On our next inhale, as I swallow some of my hair in my mouth, on our next inhale, let's send our right leg up and towards the sky into a three-legged dog. And then on an exhale, bringing that knee in towards our heart center. We're entering like into almost like a plank here. Just hovering it here. And then eventually we step our right foot between our fingers. Let's lower our back knee here to the earth. Yogi's choice to either plant the foot down, so uncurl the toes, or you can keep the toes curled under. Come on up onto the fingertips to look forward. Breathe in and out. On your next breath in, send the hands up and overhead, really reaching towards the sky, sending that energy towards the sky as well. Doing our best to keep our right knee in line with our ankle here. On our next breath out, pretend like we're pulling down a bar here. So we're pulling down a bar until we find goalpost arms or cactus arms. Really reach your arms back in space here. Opening on up through the chest. Perhaps you find a nice little back bend as we look on up towards the sky, pressing into that back foot for balance and stability. And then on an inhale, sending the arms right back on up towards the sky, straightening through them. 2 more times just like that. Exhale to bend. Inhale to rise on up. Exhale. Bend in those elbows, looking on up, opening up, and then inhale to straighten through those arms. Beautiful. Bringing the hands to prayer position in front of the heart. We breathe in, and then on an exhale, open twist to your right now. Right arm goes back, left arm forward. Again, you can imagine that you're about to give someone a big hug. Beautiful. Inhale to come back to center, and exhale, we take it on over to the other side. Left arm back this time. Inhale, back to center. Float the hands back down to the earth as we frame the right foot and send the right foot back to meet the left. And yep, we're gonna check it on out on the other side as we make our way back into a downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. On the next breath in, send the left leg now, left foot up and towards the sky. And then on an exhale, bring that left knee in towards our heart center. Hover here just for a moment, getting a little core action in there. And then we step the left foot forward, nice and gracefully as possible. And then again, lower that back knee, and your choice. You can either uncurl the toes or keep them curled under. Wonderful. We frame the left foot and look forward. On our next breath in, we send our hands up and towards the sky, really radiating that energy past those fingertips. And then on an exhale, we pull down that bar, opening on up through the chest, looking on up towards the sky. Inhale to send the arms up and overhead, and exhale to bend. Inhale up, and then exhale to bend. Wonderful. Inhale up, and then hands come to prayer position in front of the heart. We breathe in, and then exhale, open twist to the left, right arm forward. Inhale back to center, and exhale, open twist to the right. Wonderful, getting a nice little twisting action in there once again. And then inhale to come back to center. We float our hands back down to the earth. We send our left foot back to meet our right. We're gonna stay up on our knees just for a moment. So if the knees are feeling a little bit sensitive right now, again, feel free to pad the knees at any time in this practice. Okay, so we bring the knees to roughly hip distance apart. You can keep the tops of your feet nice and flush to the earth as well. Let's loop our shoulders here. Place your hands at the back, on your low back. Fingertips can be facing up, or they can be facing down towards the ground, your choice. Okay, breathe in. And then on our next exhale, let's begin to find a nice little back bend here. Bring our elbows back in space, really opening on up through the chest. And perhaps we even play around with Bringing the chin a little bit further away from the chest and looking on up towards the sky. We are here just for 3 breath cycles. Wonderful. Make your way out of that back bend, coming down to all fours, swinging the legs off to one side, any side, and let's make our way down to the ground. Feel free to take out the hair elastic or clip that you could be wearing in your hair, just for some extra support and comfort. Okay, let's roll on down. When you arrive there, place the soles of your feet on the earth, knees pointing up towards the sky. Feet are roughly hip distance apart here. Place your hands to your sides and really inch your fingertips towards your heels. We're preparing for bridge pose. Okay, on our next breath in, let's send our hips up and towards the sky. And if you would like a little bit more of an opening in the chest, feel free to snuggle your shoulder blades underneath the back body here, really reaching your chest towards your chin and then the chin towards the sky. Another really nice heart opener here. And then exhale, we begin to slowly lower on down to the earth. 2 more times just like that. Inhale to lift those hips away from the earth. Sending them up towards the sky, finding a nice little back bend here, a nice little opening in the chest, and then exhale to lower on down. One more time, inhale, we rise on up. And then exhale, lower on down. So we've made it to our final resting posture for our class today. So if you brought a blanket or a towel with you, feel free to fold it up now. And we're going to be placing it roughly where our mid back is, just below our armpit chest, to create a nice little opening in our heart space. So feel free to do that. And now, if this is not 100% jiving with you, or perhaps you're looking for more support underneath your head, feel free to place that other blanket or towel that you brought with you to the practice right underneath the head, or you can just use a blanket and literally blanket yourself with love, putting that blanket right over top of you. Extend your legs out long, take up some space, and just allow your hands to just fall wherever it feels most natural and comfortable. Tuck in your chin slightly and feel free to close your eyes here as we breathe. So today's practice was all about love. Love and what that means to us, perhaps even how we show it to ourselves and to others. Or perhaps how we could show love to ourselves and others. And perhaps maybe even one way in which we do is by showing up to yoga, right? Making some time for self-care. That is an act of love, at least in my opinion. So, as I said at the very beginning of the practice, I do believe that the world could use more love. I do believe that love has the capacity to heal, to change, to transform. I believe that love speaks louder. I actually have a shirt that says that. I love that mantra. Love speaks louder. Perhaps we just let love lead the way. giving it permission to lead. And as I said that, I'm pretty sure that's a Spice Girls song. That Love Lead the Way. I could be wrong though, it just sounds really familiar. Bring your hands to prayer position and bring your thumbs up between your eyebrows and allow your thumbs to just kind of rest there. May we think loving thoughts. Bring your thumbs now to your lips. May we speak loving words. Bring your thumbs now to your heart space, to your chest. May we feel love and send love to others. Let's all breathe some love in and then send some love out through the mouth or the nose. Wonderful. Open your eyes if they were closed. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Rock over to one side, any side, coming through a fetal position, and then making your way to a comfortable seat on your mat. Okie doke, friends. Well, number one, I want to thank you so very much for joining me here today. I appreciate the fact that you took time out of your busy days just to join me here and celebrate our love of yoga and movement and breath and everything to do with yoga together. So I do really appreciate that. If you haven't done so already, kindly subscribe to Yoga with Rachel, as it is the best way to support free yoga content for all. Ring that notification bell to be notified of new video uploads to the channel. If you like the video, hit that like button, and please share this video with someone that you believe would benefit from a heart-opening practice. Thank you so very much. For sure, leave those comments and questions if you have any, and I'll see you later. Love you all. Take good care. Bye for now.